Here's what I love about Daggerheart. In Daggerheart, you have a very concise and clean class structure. A base class can fit in one column, followed by its two subclasses in the second column of the same page. This means that the players have an easy time browsing through all their options and coming to a decision. If you're an old player, you can easily understand the ecosystem of all the classes. If you're a new player, learning what your options are is going to have less of a mental load because you aren't ants to digest 20 levels of abilities before the first session. Now, the subclasses, they do a good job of expanding on the base class's fantasy without distracting from it. Subclasses at first level is a brilliant idea. I find that with delayed subclasses, you end up waiting to fully embody the fantasy you have in mind for your character. I want to play a war wizard, but I have to wait however long until the game lets me. No, in Daggerheart, you're allowed to be a war wizard from first level. And we have to talk about how these class features are designed. You aren't memorizing a glossary of keywords. Daggerheart features are written in a very natural way. This is words that you'd use when talking to your friend next door. For example, there's a feature that says that you rally your allies. It doesn't describe how you rally your allies. It leaves that for you to describe. Maybe you play a song, maybe you give a heroic speech, maybe you do some sort of dance, I don't know. But the game leaves that space blank for you to fill. Similarly, here's another ability where your character has a flashback that helps them fight better. Again, the game does not tell you what that flashback is, it leaves that for you and the context to define and narrate. And I want to see more of that in TTRPGs. I'm tired of just being put in a box by keywords and other forms of restrictions. And I love how the class features and all the features are drawing upon a universal resource, being stress and hope. So when you get familiar with stress and hope and you're going between all of these classes, that system is coming with you. So that makes learning new classes really accessible, which is brilliant. Lastly, let's touch on multiclassing. I am a person that bans multiclassing from my tables. I think that multiclassing is too accessible and unceremonious, and I feel that the opportunity cost of multiclassing is kind of too steep. You multiclass once, and that entirely derails the progression of your character in a lot of TTRPGs. But in Daggerheart, it's a lot more organic. In Daggerheart, multiclassing only can happen after level 5, and it's an opportunity cost between upgrading your subclass and choosing a secondary class. I love that. My base class can still advance without great interruption, and I can bring in the narrative of another class here. This is the best take on multiclassing that I've ever seen, and I will not be banning multiclassing while playing Daggerheart. If you have thoughts and feelings on Daggerheart, feel welcome to share them in the comment section.